he comes across as pseudo intellectual, and I don't find anything intellectual about the guy at all. I think the guy is a pretender. You know, he's a rich white boy. His dad's rich, and you know, connected. And you know, checkers played on that. That's why he could go over and run that organization that he ran for all those years without really working, because his dad had his back. Okay, so I'm looking at a couple of things here that have come in as we're talking. Yeah, no. Let's see here. I'm trying to pull this in the studio. RSTR. Let's see here. If we can pull it in the studio. Yeah, no. Yeah, we trying to connect with the. Here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're going to bring in our guest today. You know, it's Freedom Friday, and as you know, on Freedom Friday, we often mix it up a little bit, and we often have our guest around. So today we have a great guest that we're bringing aboard, and first-time guest. So we are going to do a little bit of. I just want to work on something real quick before we bring our guest on, and you know, it's always interesting to have just a little bit of Julie. Uh-oh, hold on. I'm looking at something from she's an author, Guardians. No, that's not it. Okay, we have a guest today. Sorry about the confusion, but we had a little bit of a problem with the phones. So I'm going to pull this again. Man, this is crazy. But I'm going to pull my guest on, and we can pick up from there. And I'm just stalling for time, but I'm going to bring my guest on. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Doc, how you doing today? Hey, Doc, go ahead. Yeah, we got some gremlins. But look, a question, man, can you believe this election? I can't believe what's going on out here, and I can't believe that serious journalists are challenging attorneys to spill their hands to the media before they go to court. It's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. When you say tone, what do you mean specifically? Okay. Right. Well, I don't. I think that's by that's because that's because he doesn't lie to the people. You know, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, most politicians. This is how most politicians work. They're the most gregarious. They're the most genteel. They're the most likable people in public, and they're assholes in private. Donald Trump is just the reverse. Donald Trump is just the reverse, from what I understand. And I've met Donald Trump before. He was always very gracious. Everyone that I know who knows Donald Trump says he's a very gracious, a very generous man. See things they don't know about Donald Trump, and if Donald Trump had some real black people on his campaign team, things that would be important to blacks are criminal justice reform is not important to black people. They don't want criminals back in the neighborhood. Let's be clear. The black preachers do, the black politicians do, but black people could give less than 2 cents. Just like Latinos could care less about allowing illegal immigrants to come into the country and do whatever. They're not into that. American Latinos, and that's way down on the list of their concerns. However, if you said to black folks, well, you know, Donald Trump was given a Lifetime Achievement Award in 1999 for helping black people by Jesse Jackson. And they'd go, no way, no way. I said, well, just Google it. Just wait, don't take my word. Just Google it. Jesse is there handing Donald Trump an award. Al Sharpton told me, Charles Butler, personally, that Donald Trump gave him the seed money for National Action Network. Now, I'm sure Donald can produce a check for that. And Al told me that Donald provided significant funding for his National Action Network every year. And you would think that that did not know Donald Trump. Jesse Jackson has not said one word against Donald Trump because he knows it's the guy who raised money for Jesse's presidential campaigns. Both of them was Donald Trump. Hello. Right, 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 right. No. Well, hey, Doc. Well, Doc, the other side of that is I don't know, I don't know about the scientific facts, but I think that uh, we have to look at the intelligence factor here. It's not about what people say; it's about what they do. I worked on a piece for the last 2 weeks, and it's entitled "Black Voters: Misinformed, Ill-Informed, Unsophisticated, or Just Plain Stupid," because because see, when it's kind of accepted that black votes switched to the Democratic Party when John Kennedy called Miss King when Dr. King was in prison. Well, the reality was that was a political stunt. Kennedy had no intention. He voted against the civil rights bills. He 57, 60. He wasn't a fan. He had no intentions of addressing the civil rights issue or black issues at all. However, Nixon was a proponent of civil rights from his time as a congressman and a senator. He was a Quaker. He believed in fairness. And much to his credit as vice president, he put forth and he knew numerous civil rights leaders. So, the wires are crossed here, right? And then you get, every major civil rights bill that's been pushed through the Congress has always come with the help of the what do you call it? The Republicans. Johnson gave Dirksen credit for pushing the civil rights bills through. That's why you have two buildings named after Dirksen, one in Chicago, the other in Washington, named after Dirksen. And people go, "Oh, he was a Democrat." I said, "No, this is how I talk to people. No, stupid. He was a Republican." I mean, they're just so damn stupid. They think that Democrats were the party of civil rights. They were the party of segregation. Go ahead. Not a lot of, hey, Dr. C, not a lot of people get that. We are Americans. We don't know much about India. Okay. Except for the cobra and the mongoose. Yeah, I know. No, dude. Wait a minute. 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 Why would you think that? Why would you think that they're not doing it intentionally? I've been to the Valley. I've been to California. No, they're not. No, they're not. Listen, listen, listen. I was in the Valley. I was in the Valley. I was in the Valley long before it was the Valley. I worked for Hewlett Packard back in '81. And I can tell you, those are little racist assholes. I said, I worked in the Valley back in 1981. And they're just little racist assholes that work in the Valley. They don't hire black people. Can you hear me? Or am I clipping? Can you hear me? Doc? Okay, hold on. Doc, can you hear me? Doc? Okay, good, good. Hey, look, what I'm saying is, what I said is I worked in the Valley in 1981. So I clearly know people in the Valley. I've known people who retired. I knew of Apple. I used to have Bill, what's his name? Paul Bossomer used to call me for equipment when I worked at HP. So I know the Valley, and I assholes that are in the valley. They don't hire black people. When they do hire black people, they're not part of the team. They're pushed off and cast aside and looked down upon. That is an industry that has gotten away with racism since its inception, and that's because Jimmy Carter was in. Yeah, but you're an Indian. You're an Indian. Yeah, you can. Oh well, yeah, listen. Yeah, you right, 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 right. Uh-huh. Oh, they understand. You listen. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You don't get it. You don't get it. These people know exactly what they're doing. They are racist, and they know they're racist, and they know what they're doing every step of the way. Everything that they do is concertedly to undermine and keep control of the doctrine. You know, when I see these little liberals, I mean, I've never been a fan of Democrats or liberals or anti-war people. I went through college during the anti-war period, and I hated liberals and I hated the anti-war people. I thought they were stuck up, racist assholes. And for black people to even try to deal with these people, it just befuddles me when they're constantly put down, when they're constantly talked down to, when they're condescended to, like Barack Obama. Barack Obama is one racist asshole. He doesn't think he's black, for one, and he says it all the time. My mother is a white woman from Kansas, and my father is from Kenya. I don't know anything about the slavery experience. Putting black Americans down, and I mean, black Americans have a lot of issues, man, and it's not going to get better, in my opinion. I don't think folks really get this racist thing and this racism thing. Talking about Black Lives Matter. Shit, I'm every Democrat ran city has a segment of town that is equivalent to a war zone in any other country. And it's generally a black neighborhood with Martin Luther King Avenue running through the middle of it. Well, welcome to the club. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's only because want to correct you on that passing. A number of Democrats voted against civil rights legislation, including Northern Democrats. And that you're talking 63, 64, 65. I'm talking 57, 60. See that everybody focuses on 64, 65, because that's what the historians want you to focus on. The real issue was Attorney General Brunel, who worked for um, Eisenhower, put forth civil rights legislation for 57 and 60 to enforce the Constitution. All of this is about enforcing the Constitution. We shouldn't have to have a voting rights act. I mean, the Constitution says you have a right to vote because you're a citizen. So why are we talking about a voting rights act? You know, why are we? But those are the games that Democrats play. And those are the games we see in Black America. We have too many damned preachers in our business. I don't like Black preachers. You notice whenever any entity wants change, what's the first thing they do? They go and kill all the priests. They kill all the preachers. They go to the churches because the churches control minds. Black people have walked away from the Black church in droves, but politicians still run to the Black church every time there's an election, like Dick Durbin. You haven't seen Dick Durbin in a Black community or talking to Black people in 6 years, but election time rolled around. That's all you could see was Dick Durbin with Black people. He. I hate that racist Irish big nosed bastard. I call him DQ'd. Dirty Dick Durbin. Well, it's not painful. Kennedy did the same thing. Kennedy did the same. Wait a minute. Kennedy did the same thing. President Kennedy did the same thing. So, eh, so you have, but you don't find. Okay. Well, the reality is we're not going to be solving anything. We're not going to all be together. We're not going to have any more compassionate discussions, and people aren't going to feel better because this is America. We've never been together on anything. We've never been all united and feeling good about any damn thing. This is America. So you always have one faction feeling one way. So this fallacy of I'm going to unite, ain't nobody uniting. That's why we have four different political parties, major parties. And I'm just loosely. Okay. Okay. Hold, hold. Well, that's why that's why I'm moving to Nevada. No state taxes, concealed carry, open carry. You know, but look. I want to ask you this before we have to get off here. Um, the the um, did you see Rudy Giuliani yesterday and his team uh, do the press conference? Okay, So, what was your take on that? But that's not what they reported. But that's not what they reported. Yeah. Hey, Dr. Singh. Dr. Singh. Dr. Singh, that's not what the media walked away with. They said there was no evidence. Even the woman on what's that? Fox News. What's her name? She does Outnumbered. Anyway, but you heard Tucker Carlson and the comments that he made on his show about the Giuliani interview. Well, it wasn't very nice. And my friend Sidney Powell, she told him he wanted what these newscasters want is they want to be the breaking story. They want to be the Bernstein and Woodward. They want this thing tried in the court of public opinion and one-upsmanship, right? Sensationalism. This is not going to be tried by the media. This is not going to be, well, we're putting our cards out here and I'm breaking this scoop. So if they the response has been to Giuliani and Sydney, if you don't share what you have, then if you don't share what you have, then how is it real? It's not real if you don't share it. That's been their kind of mantra, and it's Right. Okay. Okay. Rafi. Rafi. Rafi, has Giuliani or Sydney reached out to you? And wait a minute. You keep what and what happened? You were challenging the electoral system? Wow. Wow. For how long? Wow. Hmm. Well, man, they just get they. Who brought these charges against you? What you know? What you need to do? Listen. Yeah. Uh huh. Hmm. Now, this is the deal. Hmm. Now, this is the deal. What one of the things that I have to say to you about wearing that turban is you don't have a problem getting a cab in New York, do you? Yeah, man. I better get me one of them turbans, man. They don't pick up brothers, man. Especially if you head north. I mean, up to Heartland. Oh hell no. Maybe like call 611 and report me, dude. But anyway, hey, look. What you need to do is you need to contact Jennifer, your booker, your publicist, and you need to have her give me your number, or you get my number. Tell her that I said she could get the number, and you could get my number, and I'll put you in touch with Sydney. Hey man, hey man. My I had a partner. Yeah. Yeah, I am too. And like I said, have Jennifer uh, give you my number. And so, will you be calling from the 703 number? Okay, good. Okay, okay. Because I generally don't answer calls that I don't. There's no caller ID. So just letting you know. Okay. Hey man, this has been a real interesting conversation. And like you said, things don't happen by happenstance. So, maybe you can do uh, Trump and Rudy and Sydney some good, and Jennifer Ellis, and they can do you some good. So hopefully, some things will work out. I'm just sorry to hear that. Yeah, man. Anytime you're welcome back. You can even call me if I used to live in Pensacola. My relatives are in Pensacola actually. That's where my family's from, and I went to flight school. Oh, like here in Illinois. I said like here in Illinois. No question, dude. It's got me. I'll tell you that. It has got me. Yep, no question. Hey, thanks, Doc. Appreciate it, man. Okay, take care. All right, it's Dr. Revy Singh. Wow, great patriot. Hey, look, I want to play. I want to talk a little bit about the conference yesterday. You know, I watched the 90-minute conference, and I didn't know it was going to be that long. And Sidney Powell was called out last night by Tucker Carlson. And in fact, he called Giuliani out. He called everybody out. But, you know, Tucker's a smug little a-hole, if you ask me. I've used to do a segment with Tucker on Fox and Friends. Always thought he was right on the verge of being disrespectful. I just wanted to snatch him in his collar and slap his punk behind. But anyway, the Tucker said the morning after, he said she got angry and refused to provide evidence on his show for her claims of voting software flipping votes. Hold it, wait a minute. Why would she expose on his program, so he can get ratings, sensationalism, the fact that she had votes, the fact that she had proof of the votes being manipulated? Why would she do that? Why would she give Tucker that? Why would she give CNN that? But you know, these people have lost their minds. They think that they're really the center of information and of manipulation and of, as Micah Brzezinski said, we tell the people what to think. And that's what Tucker is. I mean, really, Tuck? I mean, come on, dude. One of my friends replaces the T in his name with an F. So I'm staying away from that one. But I'm just letting you know how some people think of Tucker Carlson. And Sydney's reply was very clear. She said, no, I didn't get it with the request to provide evidence. She said, in fact, I sent an affidavit to Tucker that I had not even attached to the pleading yet to help him understand the situation. And I offered him another witness who could explain the mathematics and the statistical evidence far better than I can. I'm not really a numbers person, she added. She went on to say, but he was very insulting, demanding, and rude, and I told him not to contact me again in those terms. Wow. Wow, that's heavy. Hey, Brent, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Hello. Welcome to the show. How you doing? Good. What's the input? Oh, you do? Oh, really? Well, a number of my friends, Brett, have quit watching. I must have received just this week, I must have received 20 texts from people around the country saying, I haven't watched Fox in 3 weeks. They are so angry with their coverage of the election and post-election that they don't know what to. I'm watching Real American Voice Network. They call it Revin now. So that's what I'm watching. I like Newsmax. I've been on Newsmax and OANN, but I'm getting a show hopefully on America's Voice. In fact, I was on John Bachman's show quite a bit. You know John, right? Yeah, John comes on at 6, and he's on in the afternoon about 6 o'clock. So good guy. So I was just talking about right now. I was just talking about Sidney Powell and how she just blew Tucker up and said, "Hey, don't call me again. Don't contact me again, dude." Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yeah, but that's not going to be released to a news media outlet. That is not where that information belongs. That information belongs in a court. She did. She said an affidavit. She said an affidavit. Well, That's Tucker's opinion. No, 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 no. Sydney, I believe Sydney. I've known I've known I've known Sydney. Hey, Brent, I've known Brittany, I've known Sydney. Brent, Brent, I've known hey Brent, I've known Sydney. I've known Sydney for years. I've met Sydney when she wrote License to Lie years ago. And I tell you, she doesn't lie. She doesn't lie. And Tucker Carlson, I know him. He's a weasel. And I was on for years with Tucker, for several years with Tucker. We did a spot every Saturday morning on Fox and Friends Saturday. And I thought he was a smug little asshole then. And I still think that of him now. He's the kind of little preppy white boy that I used to slap in the face. Well, I don't know if they got to him or not, but Sydney said that he was rude to her. And she said this is what she said exactly. He was very insulting, demeaning, and rude, and I told him not to contact me again in those terms. That's a quote from Sydney, and I believe Sydney. And and so and that's well, she was a contributor up until a few, she was a contributor up until a few weeks ago. She was a contributor at Fox. So she was appearing strictly on Fox solely. But she said his show Friday night, which is tonight, Carlson said he made a lot of requests for Powell to provide evidence for Trump's campaign allegations of widespread voter fraud, but was given not a page. We took Sidney Powell seriously. We had no intention of fighting with her. Yeah, you did. We've always respected her work. We simply wanted to see the details. It's not for you to see, asshole. He said, how could you not want to, how could you not want to see them? You can want all you want, Tucker. The bottom line is the law is the law. And she's an attorney and she has responsibility on how to present. She can't try this case in the court of mainstream media. He's trying to be sensationalized. He wants to be the next Woodward and Bernstein. So people will talk about him in that vernacular for the next, 50 years. No, Tucker, it's not happening. Let's see here. She said, so Tucker went on to say, we've invited Sidney Powell on the show. We would have given her a vehicle the whole hour. We would have given her the entire week, actually, and listened quietly the whole time at rapt attention. Said that's a big story, but she never sent us any evidence, despite a lot of requests, polite requests, not a page. Well, he put in their polite requests. She said he was rude, and I believe her because I know Tucker. I know the type. She said after Powell told Carlson to stop contacting her, he said that his team checked with others around the Trump campaign, people in positions of authority who said that Powell had never given them any evidence either. Why would they talk to anybody? The people in the Trump campaign. Why would they? Why would they talk to anyone? So Carlson said, probably, he says Carlson's show followed a wild press conference featuring Powell, former New York Mayor Giuliani, which had laid out other claims of massive voter rigging schemes. The people, what concerns me, Brett, is that people are risking their lives. When they swear out these affidavits, those affidavits aren't, they're supposed to be sealed, but people are leaking. And these people have families, they have homes. I told Sydney a few weeks ago that she needs to start starting her car remotely. Start her car remotely. What? That's what? Yeah, it is. It's real. It is dangerous and it is real. It's very real. So, hey, I'm going to put you back on mute, and I want to thank you for calling in, and thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Appreciate you calling in this this Freedom Friday. It's great to hear a new listener out there, or a listener who called in, I should say, because a lot of people listen, they just don't call. Uh, so, Brett, Brett, there are, but I'm glad you did. Hey, so I'm gonna have to sign off. I'm in the last minute, so thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, you too. You have a great Thanksgiving. That's Brett from, I don't know what state she's from, but she did a wonderful job. And hey, look, folks, I want you to stay tuned. Monday, we're going to have some folks on. It's going to be hard hitting. We hope to have some people on talking about the um, the election and election fraud. So stay tuned. We'll be here. Okay. All right. Take care and have a great weekend, because we are looking forward to it too. Let's see. Where's my music? There we go. Uh, let's see. Have a good one, folks, and a good weekend. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Open. Oh, yeah. Compared to what? Mm-hmm. Okay. We're done. Don't know what that was all about. Let's see. Exit out of here. Oh, boy. That was a rough one. Let's see. Stop. All right. Stop. Okay. Gotta make it real compared to what? Mm-hmm. I hate that when that happens.